I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
We always say, funnily enough, because of divorce and feminism, and I'm not being facetious about that, I mean that, and broken homes, asshole consulting will never run out of business. I just won't. But man, the mental illness to do the Cappy originals, there one could argue that the internet is a finer net that catches the creatures that have always existed at the bottom of the sea, the freaks at the bottom of the sea, just that pulls it up. Oh my God, look at this. I'm sure there are crazy people back in the day, but the low grade, low quality, mentally ill, and ultimately lazy people, and the extents they'll go to avoid putting in work to, that's fine. You want to be lazy, just fine. Go be lazy, stay in a basement, play your video games, watch your Harlequin romance. That's fine. But then what's really funny is they try to have their cake and eat it too. And it results in more stories than I could cover every day. I don't even really want to do like a news thing. It's a macabre fascination with adult children trying to have adult benefits with childish work ethic. And here's one such example. Of course, we're just gonna raise in Aaron's eyes with pop-ups here. This is from Channel 9 News. Kazam! Denver. Arvada woman, it's a town in Colorado, who lost $58,000 in romance scam, finds more frustration in path to justice. And I'll just say it's exactly what you think. These aren't humans. These are NPCs with programming who are perfectly predictable. You could stereotype this one down the plate. You look at the woman, she's a blonde gal with blue eyes, thin, svelte. She was probably very attractive when she was younger. She had every guy she could have had. I can't find, but standard boomers gals got to have at least 10 or 15 years on me. And oh my God, I couldn't find a guy. The hunting was so horrible. You talk about fish in a barrel. Now, modernly, yes, I admit the quality of men has gone down, but for the boomer gal, how many more jam-packed fish in a barrel could you boomer women have had it? How many more guys could you have had? How many windows of opportunity must I provide? Good movie, knows. It said make it count. How many windows of opportunity must I provide? Debbie Fox lost $58,000 in a romance scam. That was hard enough. The process of trying to recover from that loss, she said, has just been as difficult. The Arvada resident is telling her story because she hopes to advocate for victims of cybercrime. Hey, I got an idea, ladies. How about you just don't give guys money on the internet? Now, Russell, now here's the thing. The image, that's from the article here. I'm not even saying that guy's the guy. I'm not, his name ain't Russell. We'll get to who Russell is later. But that's probably just somebody found like silver fox. They probably look for a silver fox. Here's a dapper man. Looks like the world's most interesting man. I want to know the guys who come up with the formula for this. Like they know exactly what to say. A buddy of mine almost got hoodwinked with a silver fox scam like this. where the guy knew exactly what to say. I'm like, what? And she even said that he knew exactly what to say. What the fuck is it exactly what to say? Everyone, you girls are all cute and avoidant and coy. And then somewhere there's a book titled Exactly What to Say, probably a 2-page book. He knew exactly what to say. Well, what is it, ladies? So I don't know, the non-criminal men might be able to say it. I don't know if they exactly know what to say as exactly what to tell you what they are, exactly what to be, exactly what costume to wear. Now I know the Tinder swindler I mean, come on. I mean, you want us to vote for you gals for president and you get hoodwinked by the diamond importer exporter, the actual Tinder swindler with his private jet. Yeah, my days come. He's a diamond dealer who just really likes me. He's got a private jet, but he needs money. Oh, her prince came, right? Never settle. Never settle. He's just around the corner. Someday your prince will come. Never settle, ladies. Here she is, Debbie Fox, 64. It's over. Oh, here's her. Here's her rich multimillionaire solar power prince. Nah, Pikachu, Spinster Chew, I choose you. Somebody out there who's a good anime artist, I want you to draw Spinster Chew. You could use Debbie Fox as a template. God, man, I wish I could get again. Riches from Bitches by Cairo Copeland. Please look up that book, man. Operation. Now, I'm not saying you do not steal, you do not scam. That's wrong. That's unethical. You sure the fuck can sell lies. You can write Harlequin romance books. You can be a talk show host like Oprah. You can go run for the Democrat Party, make a lot of money off of lying to people legally. But please, you don't have to scam a man. Hey, $20,000 purse. That's legal. There's a lot of this story post-realization of what really happened where I have felt victimized again, re-victimized by the system. You're not victimized by the system. Fox told Steve on your side. I realize that once you become a victim of crime, it's such a crazy path, unexpectedly crazy. She said, I wonder if we voted. Now, I'm going to guess. Did you vote for more welfare and immigrants and socialism and not enough money to fund cops or investigators? Are you all the forgiving of crime and they just misunderstood? How'd you vote for all these 50 adult years you've been living, lady? The crime in the fall of 2023, Fox said she was feeling confident. And oh God, I forgot about this part. Dude, it's a script. It's a fucking script. AI could have written this. I had just come off of 18 months of wonderful solo travel and adventure, she said. I just really felt comfortable and confident. Were you glowing? And had a great, strong sense of self. The confidence led Fox to an online dating platform called Luxy. I came across a profile of a man that had a very gentle expression, Fox said. His profile was very warm and inviting. Okay, so he knew all the right things to say. The man named Russell presented himself as a rich international businessman who split time between California and Florida. There's a picture. This isn't Russell. This could be Herman Hermanson in Topeka, Kansas, who doesn't know that his image has been used to hoodwink a bunch of old spinster chews. I'm calling them spinster chews. Spinster chew. Medicaid chooses you. We had a phone call and all went well. Then we decided to be in regular contact and video chat. She said, oh, okay, so I guess it is this guy's face. That's ballsy. Unless he didn't have an image. It was just I guess video implies video. And that was really at my urging because I felt that was a little bit more safety actually seeing the face of a human interacting. Okay, so this guy did show his, boy, that's kind of scary for this guy. He put his face out there. Fox said over the next 6 weeks, she and Russell had listen to me. Listen to me. Over the next 6 weeks, she and Russell had a deep intellectual conversations over video chat. They didn't meet up. See, girls are perfectly fine. And you're fucking disgusting. There's only one thing men want, is fucking disgusting. I understand getting to know each other, right? Okay. But inevitably, where's the meeting up? What are you, Zoomers? You just dating online? Any flags? She looks the type. I mean, I don't know, but it would not surprise me if she talks to like some, not a therapist, same thing though, same efficacy, a futurist, a fortune teller, or tarot card reader, or the astrology. The quasi channel your feminine energy and manifest. I wonder if she consumes those type of videos. Fox said over the next 6 weeks, she and Russell had deep intellectual conversations over video chat. Still, the guy's committed to the act. 6 weeks. She had her suspicions, but Russell seemed to always have the right answer. He knows what to say. Directing her to websites for his solar energy business and showing her documents to prove his claims. I was able to find out that his business in California was a registered LLC. I've told you guys this. I had a friend. Now, he wasn't trying to scam me when he was actually trying to run a business. This guy ran a business. It was never profitable. He had a website, perfectly fine website, registered, and there he is, president, CEO, running a legitimate business, but it just didn't make any money. Girls didn't give a fuck. President and CEO, you say? Yeah, and he was reasonably attractive, good-looking guy. That's all you need. This guy even went to look at the LLC. Man, the guy was committed to the act. And it seemed to align with what he was sharing with me. Around the time the conflict in Gaza began, Fox said Russell told her it was having a downstream impact on a solar project he ran in Saudi Arabia. He said there are a couple of employees in Saudi Arabia who sabotaged the project by removing a piece of equipment that resulted in an explosion, 2 deaths and 3 injuries, she said. He said was being required by the courts of Saudi Arabia to make those families whole. He was self-insured on this project. Self-insured. Suddenly, Russell told Fox he needed money. He said, I am embarrassed to ask you this, but I'm sure 48,000. Is there any way you could help me? Fox said. Fox had her doubts, but she said Russell wore her down. She said he offered her loan documents with promises to pay her back quickly. Now just the cynical economist in me. If you are an executive, let me do the math. Let me do some quick math. Where's my calculator button? Is that the calculator button behind the camera? There's the calculator. Okay. You're an executive. That's what, 500,000 a year divided by 52 weeks. So you're making, $10,000 a week, right? Now, I'm not saying you spend 40 hours a week with this girl online, but 6 weeks of jibber jabbering with you at an opportunity cost of $10,000 a week. He just not talking to you, he would have saved the money to make the quote unquote these fans. They could come up with that $48,000 shortfall. Corporate executives do not have time, ladies. Just all you spinster chews out there, spinster chews of you out there. Corporate executives, true silver foxes, who are making real money, they do not have time to be jibber jabbering with you for 6 weeks online without sex or personal like that. And I know, oh, you hate women. So, no, we're actually trying to help you girls out. We're trying to help you girls out develop a little bit of street smarts. I guess if there is an insult, I know you won't. I know the perfect mental state requires the adamant refusal to acknowledge reality because it comes at the expense of being in that perfect mental state. But, if you girls want to avoid losing money like this, there is some tremendous laying of plans that went into this guy's scam. The guy had all the right answers. He came up, he filed an LLC and he knew to talk. How do you talk to someone for 6 weeks? I can't tolerate most people's conversation for 5 minutes. Like, dude, get to the fucking point. I'm about to die. I got 30 years left on this planet and you are fucking boring. What? Say something interesting right fucking now. I made it to Lambeau Field. What do you think about Joe Jockwaringson? He's going to be on the draft. This guy, the patience of a saint, the patience of a monk, the patience of a gee, what is it? What is the same? Patience of a monk? Oh, that's you think that? Oh, yes, I channel your inner spiritual. Oh, is that what your astrology sign says today? Oh my God, that's really interesting. He earned it. 6 weeks. I can't imagine the boring fucking conversations for 6 fucking weeks online. Sir, you earned the 48,000. Russell. Fox, who just spent a lot of time traveling, said it didn't seem out of the ordinary that Russell couldn't access his own money because she knew how difficult it was to do in foreign countries. I'm just like, okay, I'm either trusting or I'm not. She said, I'm either going to give this relationship a try or not. Hadn't even met the guy. Hadn't even. There's a word called consummate. As in consummate the relationship means have sex. Like it ain't a relationship until you have sex. There. Listen to me. Listen to me. A significant percent of the female population is perfectly fine having a sexless romantic relationship. And apparently digital as well. They are perfectly fine with that. And they'll shame you like, oh, you just want to have sex. You're just objectifying me. And that's perfectly fine to expect to have sex in a relationship. Just in case you're wondering, don't let them shame you for, when do we get to the sex part? Okay, fine. We're not having, that's fine. You want something different? Go find somebody, not me. I don't know about you guys, but I like to have sex in my relationship. Some people like decaf coffee. I'm not one of them. I was just on the fence of not knowing what to do, and so I did it. And I thought, okay, poof, he's going to be gone, and he wasn't. Russell kept in contact for several weeks, and suddenly he approached Fox for more money, saying he needed 10,000 more. At this point, I'd given him money. He didn't go away, she said. He's really touching base with me. I'm gaining comfort and confident that this man truly is sticking around and he's legit and he's not scamming, because if he were scamming me, he'd be poof, gone. So she wired more money. Then suddenly his attorney reached out to me, his alleged attorney, and saying, oh, Russell's been in prison. She said, the old prison, the old powerful men are after me. Now it's turned into a Jason Bourne episode. I thought, okay, people can have bad luck. This is a lot of bad luck in a row, she said. At this point, she realized Russell might not be who he said she was. The struggle afterwards. I take ownership in playing the part I did. I sent the money. I didn't realize I was being psychologically manipulated, but I was. You wanted to believe. Yes, it was lies. You were lied to. You were a very elaborate hoodwinking scam. But you just gotta have. Where was where's. Let's come up with a boomer name. What's an innocent? Where's Franklin? Huh? Remember Franklin in 1972, lady? Oh, you and Franklin were running around, holding hands, frolicking and running through the fields. And the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head was playing, kind of like when Paul Newman and the gal were riding on a bike and Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid. And you really did kind of like Herman, but Herman, he wasn't rich enough. He was whatever the fuck it was wrong with Herman. Or Franklin, I'm sorry. And boy, Franklin would have done everything for you. And you had to pull the fucking Jenny from Forrest Gump and I'll see you later when you're a shrimp billionaire and I'm a single mom with AIDS. You pulled the Jenny. And then Franklin, I don't know, married a gal that he kind of liked and was around. You could have had Franklin. Franklin might be passed away, but he had a family or so. I don't know. Franklin adequately has enough money for retirement. I'm not saying Franklin's rich because he wasn't that exciting. Remember Franklin? Oh no, you got Russell. Fox said the next steps were tricky. Her financial advisor told her to go to the bank and see if she could get the wires reversed. She couldn't. She then filed a report with the U.S. Department of Justice Internet Crime Complaint Center. She filed reports with the Department of Homeland Security, Federal Trade Commission, Securities Exchange Commission. There she is, formerly good-looking woman. I was told from federal agencies that my loss isn't significant enough to investigate on its own. Oh, ACAB, right? All cops are bastards, right? Vote Democrat, right? No, we need to fund more illegitimate children and illegal aliens and paying for criminals, and we should need to defund the police. I'm not saying you voted it, but are you left? Did you vote to not fund law and order? And did you vote to fund touchy-feelies, free shit for everyone? Why is everyone turning into a criminal douchebag? I would compare it to being diagnosed with stage 1 cancer. I'm sorry, Miss Fox, but you have stage 1 cancer, but we're not going to treat your case until you have reached it at stage 4 is what it feels like to me. You know, at least we have, at least we have a shit ton of social workers to talk to poor people to see how they feel. At least children have school lunch programs. She said all this. She was operating from trauma. She lost a huge sum of money and suddenly lost a relationship with a man she thought she could trust. She struggled to find victims' resources like mental help to deal with the trauma. The investigation. Now here, I'm not really going to delve into this because it's not germane to the point I'm trying to make. There's some interesting thing about how you track cryptocurrency, local police departments. I should give a hat tip to the Arvada Police Department. Here's where Detective Adam Ross, he decided to try and take her case and work it best he could. He did more research than the feds did. The feds could they could do way more, but they're just not going to. But the local detective did, Adam Ross. So hat tip to him, and he went above and beyond the call of duty. Fox's case helped Ross convince his bosses to get him certified in crypto. Okay, yeah, so here's a young man. I want to know what happened to Russell. I was able to identify the money going to an actual centralized exchange overseas. Looking at the I want to know more about this Russell guy. Like, who could you search his face? Like, who is this guy really? After Russell. That's really frustrating for me to know that there's a breadcrumb of trails to this individual. Like, someone is still in touch with this individual, Fox said. And it's really, really hard for me to sit here in this moment in time and know that that's the case, that that's the reality, that the door is still open somewhere. Fox said she's planning to use this experience to advocate for others in her place. She's already writing a novel. I guess you might as well. Didn't the gals from Tinder Swindler kind of put some kind of thing together? Sharing her story with Steve on your side was an important part of that process. What can we learn? What can we learn from this? It's like lemonade on lemons, okay? Ladies, everyone, don't give somebody money, okay? There's a group of guys out there that know exactly what to say. I don't know how they figured it out. They unlocked the formula, and they're using it for evil. They're using it to scam you out of money. If you are a postmenopausal, I'm sorry, ladies, here's how it works. Here's where they, okay, fine. If you're postmenopausal and Mr. Rich Bucks comes in and starts talking to you, something is wrong. Okay, something's wrong. And, there's nothing wrong with talking to people on the internet. It's just a waste of time. That's all. You're getting your attention fix. Okay, fine. But when they ask for money, don't ever lend it. Never give anybody money. Never. Never. Genuinely rich men have assets. They have cash reserves. And they usually have a banking relationship with a bank that they can borrow sums of around $50,000. Okay. I know that is a lot of money, but if you are a multimillionaire, that's not a lot of money. You would usually have I mean, right now, even I could go to my bank and say, hey, can I get a line of credit based on my home? And you get $50,000. Right. So if a normal schmuck like me can do it, if you're a solar panel millionaire, certainly he can do it. There's no reason to lend people money. That's just in general. You never lend people money, period. Care if it's your mom. So there. Okay. And no, you just don't. Okay. I would also say after week one of talking to someone online, either meet in person or not. But that's just me. I don't know. Again, not judging. It could be up to you. If you girls like just the digital relationships, without someone to hug or caress or have sex with. Ooh, say, oh, girl. I understand. Some of you don't like sex. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, you can't force you to like chocolate ice cream. Some I get weird kids. Got a couple nieces and nephews. They don't like ice cream. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't hate them for it. It just is what it is. Guys, all right. There is opportunity, legal opportunity to be made telling people what they want to hear. Right? Oh, yeah, this truck will totally get you the girls, bro. Right? Oh, yeah, this cologne will make the girls want to come after you. And for the ladies, oh, yeah, your prince is right around the corner. And here's female prawn in book form. but it's a book, so it's perfectly all right. Shouldn't be shamed. And if you guys are looking to date, and I've talked about it before, CEO game, set up an LLC, set up a website. The LLC doesn't have to make no fucking money. I mean, there doesn't have to, if there's no income coming, you set up an LLC, that doesn't mean you owe taxes. It has to generate a taxable income first. So you could all go to the Secretary of State, and depending on the state you're in, it's somewhere between, say, $50 to $400 on the high end. You set up an LLC, you program some okay looking website, you name yourself president and CEO, and you say, yeah, here's my, it's not that hard to fake. And in a certain sense, you're not faking it. You actually did set up a company. It just doesn't make any money. And oh, by the way, if you're worried about morality, the number of fake posers out there who try to actually run a business, like they're actually trying to run a business, but lose money, but still president, CEO, and girls go after them. Dude, majority of companies lose money. You're breaking even. You're not even. I mean, and girl, how many girls do you think were trying to date investment bankers that were going to be belly up and cost the companies billions and need the taxpayer bailout? All right. So the title and the status, that's real easy to not only replicate, but to get. It's very simple. Right? And given the veracity of corporate bros who, don't make money, you might as well. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know what it is. You precisely, he knew exactly what to say. What is exactly what to say? I don't know what that is, but if you guys figure that out, now you know exactly what to say. So I would not use that for dating necessarily, because you're inevitably going to have to lie about something and you're wasting your time. It's unethical. But selling products that they voluntarily buy, oh, here, this $250,000 degree will mean you are smart. And then you could snap and girl boss. Oh, yeah, vote for us Democrats because we care about women. Never mind, crime went up 1,000,000,000%. And oh, we defunded any investigations or cops to actually protect you or investigate, chase down the bad guy. But we hate the orange man bad. We hate him just as much as you. Right, sister? Power. Vote for me. Oh, gee, I don't know. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, crime happened to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, we defunded that. We got a bunch of diversity and inclusion consultants for you, though. Girl power. we vote to get you free abortions. Oh, but someone robbed your house and some blind from you. You got robbed blind. Go put a call and here's a website you can fill out a form. No one will get back to you. We had to fund a bunch of diversity initiatives so you'd vote for us, but we don't have anyone to actually track down the criminals. We can barely keep a president safe from snipers. Oh. So for you guys, there is what is it? P.T. Barnum, there's a sucker born every minute. Just look at this. This you got to see behind the curtain. International businessman, millionaire, silver fox, peppered hair. It's so yeah, it's like I guess for the guys, it's so that you know you're not crazy. Like, oh man, this is when you're young, you want to go after the girls. And I always looked up to girls, not in like a superiority sense, but like, oh, they know what they're doing. They're very mature. I need to get to that. And now that I'm older, I'm even older than this gal. This gal's older than me. I'm like, you don't fucking change. It's all the fucking same. Eh, I know, ladies. Franklin is boring. Oh, Franklin's just so boring. He's so Ward Cleaver. Yeah, well, Franklin probably would have been a good man. Would have had a good life. They will. But I guess the takeaway, they're never gonna settle. They just you gotta be this top 5% guy. I hate to say 5% because I'm like, no, I can't be that bad. Then you look at online dating data, you're like, yeah, yeah. Solar power billionaire. 5N4, $2. Spinster Chew, the left behind candy nobody wanted. I guarantee you, go look at her. She wasn't, she was an attractive woman back in the day. I guarantee you plenty of men were approaching her. The Human Society, $2. Swindle enough for a G5 and lots of money. Playa. Ace Montana, $10. The ultimate love fantasy of Huaman tends to be for the high status or bad boy guy changing just for her. They all haven't learned yet. It doesn't ever work. It's guys thinking prawn girls are real. Yeah, but I think most guys know they're not. Don't you think? I mean, I know that's not real. You got the internet now. Y'all know it ain't real, right? I guess there's some Sims who say, "Oh, she texted me." I don't know. Maybe. I guess there's always somebody of some kind. Got a billion people. You're gonna find some kind of somebody of somewhere everywhere. I guess is that really it is? They're changing just for her. I've never it's kinda like the, you intimidate your boss. I've never understood that, and still to this I know someone explained it to me once, I logically see I still don't understand it. You wanted to get the bad was it taming a Mustang? And what's so great about taming a Mustang? It's work. The high status of the bad, but changing just for her. Maybe you girls could explain that to me. The handful of women we have in the audience. A Pringles can with veins, $5. Girl boss too close to the sun, Jermaine. She goes for Chad. Chad cleans them out. Blame Jermaine. A 4 knows 8s are expensive. We know that there is a market for someone like Rachel Wilson or Erica Shanta Williams. Another gal, the Black Calamity Jane. I don't want to mention her real name. I know some women who are 40-ish and they're conservative or libertarian. They're certainly not Democrat. They're independent women. They actually work. They have independent brains. There is a market for the girls to just explain very simply and in clear English language. None of this flowery bullshit. Just explain the 5 key tenets of things that women want and why. And you could start with this. Why do you want the bad boy? The bad boy I can understand, Jack ripped and all that, but the aspect of who changes just for her. I don't understand it. Frankly, I don't have time to go figure it out. But just a straight, street smart, directly talking gal. Here are just go with the five simple pillars of women's motivations. Here's saying that he knew all the right things to say. All right, just a very simple diagram. And then, of course, it'd be confused and complicated with gray and exceptions. And see, sometimes girls, when it's this time of the year, no, just I need. How does the engine work? Gas goes in here, combustion engine there, compression here, turns the drive shaft, cargo vroom. That's all I need. Shaun of the Dead, $2. Should we look into leg lengthening surgery? No, you should not. You should not. I've looked into someone paid me to look into it. I would not do it. There are so many other things you can do, like lifts. You could get basically heels for men. I would not get leg lengthening surgery. No, it's not worth it. Look at it from the other angle. You have to go to the extents of breaking your legs, extending them, and having them grow back. You have to literally break your legs and have them lengthened through a very painful process that risks your ability to walk later on just to get them to go out with you. When is enough enough? That's absurd. You should look at it from the other end. This is an impossible situation where you have to break your body to go and attract a girl. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't hit the gym. I'm not saying you shouldn't try to improve your physique as much as possible. I know having women get boob surgery, I think that's fair game because you're not really destroying anything. It tells you there's something wrong with the situation, not you. You are asked to do something absurd and stupid. The situation is absurd and stupid, and you should walk away. That Aaron, poke one of your eyes out because girls like pirates. Well, okay. No, I'm not. No. I guess I'm not participating in this shit. I got my own life to lead. Mazatol, $2. You are what you accept. You are what you accept this and move on. Ace Montana, leg lengthening, anything to not go to the gym. No, you might be right, Ace. He could just be a guy who doesn't want to go to the gym and thinks being tall and skinny fat is going to do it. But I understand I'm not that short. I'm in the camp of short. I'm 5'9". I'm on the tall end of short. But that is a factor. Height is definitely a factor. One of the main factors, I might add. And if you're a 5'2" guy, I could see like, God dang, man, I think it'd just be easier to go overseas where the women are shorter, right? And the amount of money you're going to spend on leg lengthening, I haven't looked it up, but it's not cheap. I think you could afford a flight to wherever people are short. Southeast Asia, South America, Ecuador, Peru, I think they're pretty short. If you like Latinas, that seems a much more sensible solution than breaking my legs. JJJS2 Canadian did make a bucket list after your health scare. No, I already had a bucket list. That was one good thing about my health scare is if I was going to die, I'm like, well, for 46, 47, whatever I was, boy, I made it count. It wasn't like I'd have some regrets. I'm like, well, I wrote all these books. I did all these things. I did it all on my own. I didn't take a dime of government or parental money. Had lots of sex with a fair amount of women, actually. Yeah. I was like, that was one thing I didn't actually worry about because I was like, well, I've done about the equivalent of 3 men's lives in the life I had lived by that time. So, yeah, there's other things I like to do. Like I still want to do it in Canyonlands National Park. Imagine you're looking top down at a Y, and on the right side of the top part of the Y, like you're looking down at the stem of a Y. On the right side is the Green River. On the left side is the Colorado River, and you're in the Canyonlands National Park, and they merge in front of you and then continue south into the Grand Canyon. I want to go from island to the sky, hike across swim across the Colorado River and go into the Needles district and have someone pick me up. That's one thing I want to do. But it's there. I'm still working out the logistics where it would be. I'd have to bring camping gear, but then how do you swim with camping gear? And what's the height of the Colorado River? And then I have to practice swimming across other rivers. I don't want to go in early spring where it's raging. And it's not you can do that in one day. It's a long ass hike. So that's one thing. But no, no one ever does everything on their bucket list, but I've done most where I wouldn't worry. I'd be like, no, I did fine. All right. Link below is of course called The Dad You Never Had. I know most of you girls, just like most of the guys, most of all of yous have been brought up by either boomer or later parents, which is bad. About 85% of American parents don't do their job, and you're resulting in a boomer lady now who actually thinks solar international businessman millionaire needs a $50,000 loan. Please do not be that stupid. Please do not be that lacking in street smarts. And if you didn't have a dad, or, we all have dads, but your dad didn't train you right or was just completely absent because mommy just wanted to party or what, I don't know. There's a million reasons. You need kind of the rules of life, and that's where your dad should have been there, but they're not there. So that's why I have The Dad You Never Had. It's available on Teachable. It's linked below. And that's it. All right, more on the way. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.